Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you guys. If you've been following my channel, you probably have noticed that I haven't posted in like 2 weeks or so, give or take 2 weeks. There's a couple of reasons for that. If you don't follow my Twitter, you probably don't know, or I don't know. I forgot if I have told it in the last few videos, but yeah, here's the reason. I am currently away. I am not in my usual recording place, but I do have my recording set up here. It is a bit janky for now, and the reason why I wasn't able to post new videos the last few weeks is because I'm here attending my grandfather's funeral. He died on December 9th. So yeah, my family is currently in our province for his basically for his funeral. And then the unfortunate thing happened that Typhoon Odette, or Typhoon Rai, just so happened to plow through my hometown. Our house back in Cebu is pretty much, well, it's intact, but I doubt that the insides will be as intact as it looks on the outside, even though the outside doesn't even look remotely intact. I'll be showing a couple of photos that I received from our neighbors here, so you guys can kind of see the damage. What else? Yeah, I've pre-recorded only once here in my grandparents' place. It was a bit janky though, so please bear with it for now. It's probably the first 3 videos that you're gonna see this new year. I'm not sure if I explained it there that why I'm here. So yeah, that's the reason why there's a change of scenery in the next couple of videos. I wasn't able to record one again because we were busy tending to the funeral needs, and the power is kind of janky here as well. Since this is the province, it's very unstable. In 2022, I will try to, after the New Year's, I will try to, how do you call this? Record more videos so that I can continue to upload until basically I get back to my hometown. I'm not sure when that is. As of right now, it doesn't look like there's still any power there yet. So no power, no running water, at least in my house, and also no internet. So I'll be stuck here for the next few weeks, and I'm gonna record as much as I can here. So yeah, that's the second thing. I was planning on making a short video just like this one for Christmas, but like I said, if you haven't been following my Twitter posts, I was sent to the hospital for a couple of days, and that included Christmas. Basically, what the doctor said is that I had some muscle weakness. So it affected both my legs and my left arm, and then a couple of fingers are involuntarily seizing up. So yeah, I was basically paralyzed 3/4 of my body. So I can't move, which means I can't make videos. Yeah, after that it was just downhill from there. I was planning on recording a couple of videos after I was discharged, but then they ended up giving me so many meds that I just end up getting very, very tired at the end of the day, which is when I usually record. And aside from that, some of the drugs is lowering my glucose levels, which increases my blood pressure, and subsequently gives me what we like to call Dr. Strange hands. It's basically when my hand involuntarily seizes up and goes like this. Yeah. Yeah, so no, that's not any gang signs. That was a medical condition. But yeah, that's just a quick update. You'll probably be seeing this in a TierZoo video, since that's the ones that gets the most views, and I just want everyone, especially those who are subscribed, to know what's going on. In line with that, I will do my best to keep on making new videos starting well, basically after New Year's, I guess. Again, Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope you had a wonderful 2021, as funny as that sounds, and I hope that you have a wonderful 2022 as well. See ya, guys. Enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Boomy, and today we are watching Should Dinosaurs Be Unbanned by TierZoo, featuring Casually Explained. I'm sorry, but I'm not familiar who that is, but the name does look familiar though. Regardless, this one was suggested by Florin Gamarul over here, and yeah, should they be unbanned? I don't know. I don't trust humans enough to live in proper coexistence with dinosaurs. I think a lot of them are probably too dangerous to be left out in the wilds. Yeah, I can aside from probably if we like evacuated everyone from Africa and then just contain them there, I guess I could see that. It will probably be a problem if we leave something like the pterodactyls roaming around with our planes and stuff laying around as well. I forgot the big whale-like dinosaur. Was it a mosasaur? We can't have those roaming around as well with our like ships. That would be very dangerous. So yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I don't think they should be unbanned. They're good enough to us dead. But let's see if TierZoo has some good explanation for as to why they should be unbanned. But yeah, remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check on next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This episode was sponsored by Skillshare.
Yeah, and we have the T-Rex to deal with too. This is gonna be a constant problem. Oof. That is
One of the
a
most
sad way to
controversial
go.
balance updates the devs have ever introduced was patch 1.3.1, the update which banned and nerfed the vast majority of dinosaurs, marine reptiles, and pterosaurs. And so it should come as no surprise that one of the requests that the devs get the most is to reintroduce dinosaurs back into the game. The devs have never unbanned any.
Yeah, I mean, we've done cloning before. I think it was a couple of years back we cloned a sheep, and I have heard of an ongoing project by some company that they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth. So I guess we can probably bring back the dinosaurs, but let me see here. Human data miners did manage to de-extinct an ibex using cloning. Yeah, I don't think this was the sheep though. But it only took 7 minutes for the devs to permaban the experimental player as well. Oh man, yeah, it didn't last long, is what I'm getting.
Any classes before. But what would the meta look like if the devs actually obliged and allowed players to spawn as dinosaurs again? Well, to answer that question, we first need to understand why dinosaurs were banned in the first place. And believe it or not, I was actually given the opportunity to ask one of the devs this very question. So a lot of people have been wondering, why were the dinosaurs banned?
You know, I get this question a lot because the dinosaur class was one of the most popular in the history of the game, and we definitely got a lot of pushback when you released the first extinction pack. But to be honest, the meta was just
Extinction pack.
especially with players opting to play larger and larger land carnivores like the T-Rex. Like one balance update, we tried to buff herbivores by putting 2 additional horns on the Uniceratops, but of course the T-Rex players just spec'd into higher attack. Then one time we even tried to nerf the range
Dino
ability
Hub.
of the T-Rex players by increasing the frequency
You
of
must
the
be at
rogue
least
engagement
65
sexual
million
behavior.
years old.
Then players thought it would be funny to shorten their arms. So eventually we figured it's not worth dealing with all these complications and we should just go for the hard reset, lower the oxygen levels to limit the size wars of different classes, and encourage more nuanced skill trees.
The cow looks so suspicious in that photo. I don't know why.
And while we are seriously considering a dinosaur remaster due to popular demand, to be honest, even now, if you look at most character models, they're just shrunk down, reskinned dinosaurs we put fur on so you couldn't tell.
Thanks so much. I
Kangaroos.
really appreciate you taking the time to comment on this matter.
I don't know who
Okay,
the
so
other
what
two,
would it look like if
two
dinosaurs
guys
were
are.
unbanned? First, let's talk about dinosaurs in general. The dinosaur build's main advantage is its massive size. At fully grown, the only things that could take it down were other giant dinosaurs and potentially pack hunting builds. While size is an advantage on defense, it can be a challenge for overall survivability. Dinosaurs require a massive amount of food, potentially more than the current game could provide.
Yeah.
And so if the devs were to unban dinosaurs,
So even if we do unban them, unless I mean even still, even if we like contain them, it will still take a lot of food to keep them sustained and healthy. Um, I've heard that even lions are a bit of a problem to keep at zoos because they take up so much meat. So yeah, it will probably be aside from the ethics question, I don't even know if it's economical to bring them back and care for them because chances are they can't be like domesticated and put to good use.
they'd likely also need to buff the spawn rates of pretty much everything. Your average dinosaur build also tends to be pretty modest when it comes to speed and intelligence, having speed comparable to an elephant and intelligence comparable to crocodiles. This means that most of the current top tiers will outspeed and outsmart them on a regular basis.
Yoink.
But this isn't the case for all dinosaurs, so let's get into the specifics now. Let's start with the herbivores. So I don't think hadrosaurs would be very viable at all, seeing as they have no good defensive abilities to protect themselves with. Their best trait is that they can communicate effectively and keep watch over each other. But the best hunters today rely on stealth, a strategy specifically meant to get around this problem. Hadrosaurs would be great at spotting tall carnivore
I'm sorry, I'm not bored. I'm just tired. Generally tired.
players from far away, but not stealthy builds that stay low to the ground and move through the bush. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's no problem, the herbivores could just outrun them, but large herbivores had much lower mobility than today's top predator builds. They'd be most comparable to an elephant, like I said before, but where elephants lack in mobility, they make up for with intelligence. You can't say the same for dinosaurs. But not all herbivores would be in such a bad position. Hadrosaurs lack any form of weaponry, but other herbivores are much more well-armed. Triceratops is perhaps the most well-known armed herbivore, and it's easy to see why. At full speed, a Triceratops could one-shot even the tankiest of opponents. But with that said, the carnivore player base has gotten much better at dealing with front-facing weapons like horns and tusks.
Yeah.
So Triceratops may find itself struggling.
Then again, the Triceratops do have a thick hide, probably thicker than what's currently out right now. So, even then, they could probably take on like a pack of wolves.
To fend off attacks that come from behind or come from multiple angles. Getting behind an opponent has become a staple trick of every carnivore's playbook, especially for canine and feline builds. Sauropods were at an interesting place in the meta back during the Mesozoic, and would definitely still be if they were brought back today. Their late game stats were simply impossible to beat one-on-one. No other land build has ever achieved even close to the same base stat total. Even the top predators of the time barely stood a chance, even in teams. But they only reach this potential in the late game and have relatively few defensive options during early and mid game, aside from just relying on high-level teammates. This means that their teammates need to be able to stop an attack before it's too late. Because of their extreme height, predators would just about never be able to sneak up on a sauropod clan in an open field. But approaching
Why
using
you
stealth
bully
isn't
me?
the only way to catch a vigilant opponent off guard. Hiding in trees is another option, one
Yeah.
that's employed by some of the most powerful builds of present day. Big cats tend to target the neck of their opponents, and, well, it would be pretty hard to miss. Even the top tier jaguar probably couldn't one-shot a high-level sauropod, but all of the arboreal big cats would definitely be a problem for juveniles.
Panthers.
Potentially so problematic that not enough of them would be able to reach the late game to defend the lower level players. It's hard to say. Overall, they could be completely viable or completely helpless. Not much in between.
It depends on their level, I
In my
guess.
opinion, the herbivore builds best suited to survive in the current meta would be the
Stegosaurus?
ones with tail weapons, specifically stegosaurs and ankylosaurs. As previously mentioned, the top predator
They're
builds tend
basically
to attack from
tanks,
behind,
I mean,
avoiding a face-to-face
not much you can
confrontation,
do
but
there.
staying out of range of being hit by counterattacks with horns, tusks, and bites. This strategy works great against the tanky herbivore classes of present day, but an attack from behind would be an awful idea against a build with a club or thagomizer. In addition, the armor on their back would make it much harder for assassin builds like big cats to land their critical strikes. Of all of the herbivores, I find these to be the most likely to become top tier if they were unbanned.
Damn.
Now onto the carnivores. So this might be an unpopular opinion,
Least
but I
nerf.
don't think large tyrannosaurs would fare well in the current meta. Tyrannosaurs are min-maxed to optimize for damage, which was great when their goal was to be able to bring down tanks with HP levels as high as the dinosaurs. The only
Yeah.
build of present day that this would be important to have against would be the elephant.
Elephants.
And while that is important, having only one good matchup is not a top tier strategy.
That is
All
true.
elephant players would need to do to counter this specific tactic is spec into slightly higher mobility, since the T-Rex's top speed is extremely low compared to builds of present day. Smaller tyrannosaurs like Albertosaurus and Daspletosaurus would still be viable though, since they haven't sacrificed as much mobility as the T-Rex has.
I mean, if you go for the smaller like dinosaur builds, the ones that basically are like insects, or not necessarily insects, lizards, probably the size of a chameleon or something. They could probably work out in the jungle, but the bigger you go, the more disadvantage it will be for you, especially with all the diverse creatures right now.
Mobility really is the name of the game for predators right now. And it's the reason that I'd put dromaeosaurs like Velociraptor and Deinonychus as the best contenders for being too OP for the current meta. And not just because of their excellent mobility, but also because they really wouldn't need to adjust much from their playstyle in the Cretaceous. Raptor builds in the Cretaceous preyed mostly on small animals like
Yeah.
prehistoric mammals, and occasionally banded together to take down midweight and heavyweight builds. This niche is still very much available today, and raptors would have little trouble in combat versus builds like possums, raccoons, and birds. This is the same role that the fox and coyote occupy right now. So the question then becomes, could raptors compete with them? In one-on-one combat, I do think raptors have the edge. While raptors do have lower HP than any canine, they also have much more burst damage potential. Canines use the persistence hunting strategy and need to land several attacks in order to bring down a target. Raptors, on the other hand, deal much higher damage because of their sickle claw that can potentially one-shot an enemy. Both employ team strats, and both have high mobility.
Plus, in terms of maneuver, I can't say that word. Maneuverability, the Velociraptors probably have a more wide range of options to like physically move around, since they are bipedal.
And intelligence. So all else being equal, the ability for raptors to outdamage the canines would, in my opinion, win them the day. So overall, if individual dinosaur builds were unbanned, the Stegosaurs, Ankylosaurs, and Dromaeosaurs would most likely be top tier, while the others might end up struggling. Dinosaur players would need to learn a lot of new abilities to be able to contend with how advanced the meta
Here we
is,
go.
especially when it comes to how OP
The
humans are.
segue
Luckily, if you're
Skillshare.
looking to quickly and easily learn new skills, Skillshare has you covered. Skillshare is an online learning community.
Alright, let's skip to the link here. Alright, yeah, go ahead and visit skillshare.com/TierZoo5 to get whatever, let's see.
Act now for the special offer, my Patreon
No.
today. And special thanks
Yeah, whatever offer you get from Skillshare, go ahead and visit TierZoo's link. Again, that's skillshare.com/TierZoo. Personally, I still don't think that we should be unbanning them. While it might prove interesting though, I am excited to see how the different people would react to. The ones that probably don't get not necessarily affected or don't care as much are probably those who are like isolated tribes, because for them it will probably just be another creature that they haven't seen yet. Or like most of the modern world, they are probably gonna freak out, especially if, let's just say, that they just spawn randomly throughout the world. That would be interesting. I don't think there is any like apocalypse movie centered around suddenly appearing dinosaurs. I mean, we have Sharknado, which was crazy and stupid in and out of itself, but suddenly like dinosaurs spawning out everywhere. Now that would make a good movie. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what you should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!